Hey there, all my beautiful people, perverts, and haters. It's Kandi, and today I'm going to talk about wax melts. Yes, wax. I know, what a weird thing, right? Recently, if you follow me anywhere on social media, you can tell that I need a fucking intervention because I am obsessed with these wax melts. I will do a video, a haul on them. That's not what we're going to do today. I don't want to get into all of that today because then it'll take up way too much time. So basically, today I wanted to make this video really as short as possible. We know that's not really very possible in Candyland, but I want to make it as short as possible so people could get information and don't have to sit and listen to all of my crazy talking and opinion, but really things that I have learned during this crazy process that I had questions about and other people are asking me, and I feel like it's just easier if I can just bring it to one spot and talk about it, and anybody that has questions I can direct them here, not like trying to just pass the buck, but it's just a lot of information, and I feel like it's good if it's in one place where you can come back and do it again. Not that I mind helping out or whatever, but once again, I just figured this could help some people out. So I buy from indie vendors, small vendors that pour wax by hand and sell it on the internet. Basically, I was buying some scrubs from an indie vendor, and I got a wax melt sample and tried it in a tea light wax warmer or whatever that I had. Loved it, and then ordered some. It took forever to get here at the time. I was so impatient. I went and got the Glade pack, and if you have watched my channel for a while, you know that I have a Bath and Body Works candle addiction. I still have a ton of them because I was very unhappy with the last batch of them that I bought. The wicks kept fucking up on them. I've done the same way for what, 15 years or however long I've been using them, and I was just disappointed, just like the plugins how I was disappointed in years ago. So I'm kind of over all of that. When I got that wax melt, like I said, I tried it and I fell in love, and I have not turned back since. If you've ever been to any of these indie sites, people always say how do I order? How do I order on your site? Okay, so that was my big thing too. Luckily, I had my friend Karis, who has, I don't know if she's a good friend or a bad friend because she fuels my addictions. So I had help. I had somebody I could ask and not feel stupid or not feel ashamed or not feel like I don't know all the cool terms. Because when you get in these groups, everybody are so cool and I'll have all these cool terms and they think that they're so part of the group, so I feel you, girl. I feel you with all the dumb questions that you feel are dumb and you don't want to ask. I feel you, and I know you don't want to ask, so that's why I'm here today. So back to, how do we buy this shit on these sites? How any of these brands you go to their site, they might have one or two scragglers hanging around, but what's going on? So here's what's going on. Some people close their site completely until they do what they call a pre-order. And what that means is their site is down completely until they say, hey, on March 4th, there's a pre-order that's going to happen. On March 4th at noon, you better be ready because they have so many of each item that they're going to sell. And you go on the website and it's hectic because everybody's there and you're ordering as fast as you can to get the scent you want. Things are coming out of the cart because they're not working. You go to check out this one. That's what a pre-order is. It's fucking chaos to me. I'm not a fan of pre-orders. I do them because that's who I am in life. And if you want these waxes, you kind of have to do that, or you want these scrubs or whatever. So that's what the pre-order is. Some people have a customs pre-order. So what that means is during pre-order, you can request custom blends of whatever it is you're wanting. Whatever wax, whatever it is you're wanting, you can create custom blends. For example, this is probably a custom blend someone created. Buttercream sprinkles, honeydew melon, cotton candy, and birthday cake. That's probably a custom blend someone made. So on pre-orders that do customs, you can do those. That's what you do. You make blends. The vendors that have what they call RTS are my favorite. RTS means ready to ship. I used to always call it ready to sell. So if you've heard my old videos last week, girl, I would call it ready to sell. It means the same thing to me, but ready to ship. It means it's ready to go. You can buy it today, girl, okay? Those are my favorite kind of vendors. However, I know from experience on doing vending like that it's hard to do that because you have things that just sit there and then people don't buy it and then you wasted time and money, okay? So that's very few and far between. My favorite are like my favorite vendor that has RTS up almost every single day. It's called Sniffmywhat. Sniffmywhat became my favorite vendor, and I'm sorry that I have to be like, this is my favorite. But the reason I'm going to explain that to you real quick just in this video is because there's always something, almost always something to buy on their site. And every single day you can go there and see. I literally stalk the website. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I check that website so many times a day. I'm not even gonna like front. And you can go and you can see if they've added stuff. And if you got a friend in the group, girl, then everybody starts telling each other. A friend, I say in the group, Karis and I, for example, I'll message her. I message my sister-in-law and be like, hey, there's stuff up now. You know what I mean? So you go there and you can order, and when you order on their site, this is one of the only ones, this is the only one that I have used that you can do this, you can actually add to your shopping cart to where it doesn't ship until pretty much you tell them to ship it. So what that does is you can build your order over 3, 4, 5 days or whatever, and then whenever you decide to stop, you can put it in like a box and pay one shipping. And I love that. I love that whole process. And the blends that go up, everything that I bought in here is pretty much, everything in these bags is from that. None of this is custom. None of this is like on a pre-order. This is going to their site every day and picking out 2 or 3 for 4 days and then them shipping it. This is two different orders. My third one is still on hold. Since I love the way Sniffmywhat does their product ordering and whatnot, I reached out to them to ask if I could use them as an example in this video because I wanted to I had a couple questions that I wanted them to help clarify just so that I didn't like give wrong information. They're very willing to help me. They've been very good customer service wise, and most of the indie brands, with the exception of one, have had exceptional customer service. I want to point that out. Like, that's the reason I continue to buy from these brands. One other thing about the actual individual like companies that I want to talk about real quick before I actually talk about wax in general is shipping. Now, every company has their own shipping time, method, price, whatever. You have to determine if it's worth your, like, the value is worth it for you, okay? I used to fuck with this company, I don't anymore, but literally when she would do our orders, it was a pre-order, and this is something else about pre-orders that I'm like not a fan of, is when people do pre-orders, then there's like a 6 to 8 week turnaround time. Do you understand that you buy something today and you might not get a product for 8 freaking weeks? Like, do you understand that? I'm not a fan of, and that does happen. So if that happens and you're gonna be like pissed off, don't be mad at the company because they're honest about it. They are honest about it. They put it up there and you go, girl, it's okay, because you want it so bad. You're like, it's okay. And then like you kind of get a little perturbed. And then what happened to me was I started looking for other products. Since then, I only have really fucked with, nobody else has had that kind of turnaround time. Even on a pre-order, like Scented Squirrel does a pre-order, and they literally like make it, like they take a pre-order on Saturday, close pre-order sale on Sunday, everything gets shipped out on Monday. Do you see? So like that's more my style if you're gonna do a pre-order. This taking like 2 months to fucking ship a pre-order is insane. Fucking-sane. Every vendor has a different supplier, and every supplier has different oils, and every oils smell completely different, okay? So if you don't like, say, a cotton candy or a blackberry from vendor A, you might like it from B and C but not D. Like, do you understand? Like, the scents differ from every vendor. So if there's something that you think you thought you might like but you don't like, you can still try it with another vendor, you know? Like, and all of these groups, by the way, all these vendors have de-stash groups and stuff, so you can always get rid of your stuff. Like, it's almost like cult followings, to be really honest with you. I don't know if you guys know this or not, because I didn't, but the longer you store a wax, the longer you have it, it cures longer, and so the scent gets stronger. Soy wax takes the longest to like cure. Paraffin wax, apparently most people like melt it immediately. And speaking of smells, the strong florals and like a fresh scent last the longest and have like the strongest smells. I had posted a picture on Instagram of like, I was getting some wax together. I was cutting pieces for my sister-in-law, and I was putting them in like the Ziploc, like a Ziploc baggie, right? Well, the Scented Squirrel was nice enough to come onto my photo and be like, hey, you know, you don't really want to store them in those, because apparently, didn't know this, something else I want to throw out there, the plastic bags suck the scent out of the wax. So I was told to store them in polypropylene bags, which are these bags right here, which is what they send them to us in. And apparently you can get them at Hobby Lobby, and they say this is the best way to store your wax, actually. And the most popular question I get are about my warmers. Now you can get different kind of warmers. You can get 3 different kinds that I am aware of, okay? You have a tea light candle warmer, which means you have whatever, you put a little tea light in it, you light it, fire, boom, put your wax in the top, and it gives a fragrance. I don't know, you hear so many conflicting different things on what does what, so I'm not going to tell you this one's better than that one. I'm just going to tell you to get something that you fucking like and roll with it. The 2 wax warmers that I use, and I did have a tea light one, it's the one I started with and I threw it in the trash because I'm not lighting those little tea lights all the fucking time, okay? So the 2 types of warmers that I actually use are both electric. I just started using one with a bulb, so I'm going to show you them within the last week, and I think it's beautiful, especially at, like, it's so beautiful at night. Sorry guys. It lights up really nice. Everybody loves this guy. I wish it was darker so you could see it actually. It's really, really pretty. I'm melting, what am I melting in it today? Ramble wax. I forgot which one it is, but I'm melting Ramble on wax, I'm sorry. Yeah, in all my warmers today actually. Isn't that beautiful? So we have that one, and we have this one. And then there's this one. These are both, like I told you, these are both bulb. They have a bulb in them. So if I can show you this, sorry, my camera's starting to get hot actually. Okay, so we have, like I said, our wax today. They have a bulb in there, if you can see. That's a 24-watt bulb. And you can get it like those bulbs anywhere. But yeah, those are my bulb warmers. And they're about $15. I got those at Walmart. Everybody is actually on the hunt for them right now. And then we got this one, which is a Glade warmer, right? So this one is a hot plate warmer. So it's got a hot plate under it, and you warm your waxes. Now, personally, this is probably my favorite kind of warmer. However, I really love those 2 glass warmers, and they look beautiful, especially at night in my house. So good. Adding to those 3 kind of warmers, actually, there's actually warmers that you can plug in, that you can put your wax in a plug. It's a 15-watt bulb in it, and you can plug it into your wall. I just don't feel comfortable. I just feel like either a dog would run into it, my leg would hit it. I'm just not comfortable with that. But that is another type of wax warmer actually. And the last thing really quick guys is scent throw. So people are like, how do I get a good scent throw? So apparently where you put your warmer, the type of warmer you use, the type of wax you use, how little or how much wax you use can all affect how your scent smells. Make sure you don't use too little, make sure you don't use too much. You yourself have to figure that out. I personally always start, I used to put a big chunk in it, and one time it was so powerful it made me like almost sick, right? So you yourself has to decide what works for you. I'm very sensitive to smell, so if it happens to be something that I don't really like and it's like super strong, that's just not good for me. So you have to decide what works for you. We all smell things, like things that I can smell real easy, Pete can't smell like at all because we have different ways we smell it. So yeah, I just suggest you cut small chunks, and then if you need to add to it, you add to it. Don't be afraid to mix and match your waxes. So let's say you might like these 2 together. You can do that. You can blend it. Actually, some of these customs, what they do is, I mean, that's what they're doing, but some of them just order singles of like, pink ombre cake. They'll just find like a single of that, and then maybe they get, I don't know, Sweet 16 and mix that together. So you'll learn the things that you like. I'm still learning. I'm kind of not ready to do a customs yet because I'm kind of scared. But yeah, there's so much to learn, so much to get involved in, so much money to spend, girl. But Switch. I'm just telling you, switch now. Get rid of your fucking candles. They're no good. This shit is life. I will link all the vendors below that I am using that I personally love. Right now, I'm loving Sniff My Tarts. I'm loving the Scented Squirrel, which was open here. It must have been telling me, look how pretty the Scented Squirrel one is. Are you even serious right now? Oh my god, it's so good. Ramble on Wax. Love Ramble on Wax on her shit today. This is what I'm using today. Heartbreaker. I mean, can you smell that? How does that smell? Tell me. Tell me now. It smells so good. And Candy Panda Wax. Mod Bath and Body has good wax. I will put all that down there for you. I love them. I hope I didn't leave anybody out, because I'll feel really bad if I didn't. The only company I'd say to stay the fuck away from is Cosmic Cleanse, because those bitches are fucking crazy. As always, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I love you guys so much. Please like, share, subscribe, follow me all over the internet. I love making new friends. And until next time, be nice to each other, because remember, nobody likes a fucking asshole. Bye, guys.